Hey, I'm Kev, welcome back to MotoGP 80, where Mario McDonald had a hard time in Germany last time out, mainly of his own doing. Can he have a bit of a smoother ride round the long Brno circuit in the Czech Republic? So here goes Mario then for the first of two possible qualifying efforts, as he goes out early in the session once again. As he gets it all the way down to first. Maybe not, didn't need to get it all the way down to first for the first corner. It's a very long, wide corner. Supports multiple lines. But you always have to get on that power early for this little back straight. For this left-hander way, you definitely need to get it down to first. And see, it's very cloudy overhead. As you go through the next right. Bit wide. That's such a tricky corner as well. I remember in last year's... I think it was last year's race where Mario was having trouble with that corner. But he had trouble with quite a few of the corners, hitting those curbs. So once again, we've got low fever in front. So a bit wide through the right, through the left, should I say. Low fever all around. Are we in Italy again? Is this Mugello? Just go for the right hand hard on the power. And now we head down here. We've been climbing a bit, going up and down. It's definitely downhill through this right-hander. But you've got to be so careful to hug that curb on the inside now. Go back uphill through horsepower. Hill out of this right-hander. Smooth enough. Should it be around 150? That'd be a decent lap, as this left-hander is so deceiving, much tighter than you expect. In the final corner, much more open than you expect. Not quite under 150, but it's a 52.8. Is that decent enough? As we go into the first corner. Okay, and lots more speed. Look how nice and early on this occasion. That's more like it. That's how you're meant to attack that corner. You get it all the way down to first for the left. Saw the crowd are really going crazy all around. It's a 10th up apparently in that first sector. That's not too bad. So we go down here again into a very tricky section. Now right-hander could be a good spot for overtaking. Same with this section as well. You get it lined up properly. It's all about traction through it. So you just hook up the corners. So she has to go downhill slightly for the left and for the right, as he's still a 10th up is Mario. You can definitely sneak it down the inside and then into this right-hander. So many passing spots around here in Brno, because it's such a tricky circuit just to get right. Got so many corners where it's easy just to run right slightly. You can just duck down the inside then. There's up horsepower hill. Oh, he's 4/10 up, Mario. He makes a mistake like that, as he got Pedrosa now top with a 51.7. They say hard on the power towards the line. It's not going to be a 51, it's a 52.6. That's enough for qualifying two, just ahead of his former teammate Petrucci, Battista and Espargaro on the 5th row. And Smith, Surin and Scott Redding just ahead of teammate Espargaro, Rabat and Morbidet on the 7th row. Then Savio Simon, Luti and Nakagami, while the home hero Kariram in last. So here goes Mario then on to his qualifying lap in qualifying 2. Just got one chance to nail it. And he's using the Brno specific setup he developed last season. As if you forgot he had it. And this setup is so much smoother. Getting on the power. It just feels like the bike's a bit more super glued to the track. Can be a bit brave on the brakes as well, so It should knock a bit quicker than qualifying 1 that. And even if it's not, he's so much smooth on the power, as you can see. It should really help in the race. Just look after those tyres for a very long race as well. 7 laps, but around the circuit where the lap time's almost 2 minutes long. It's a bit like Saxon ringing in them. Just a bit tougher with all these corners each lap. So a bit wide for the right. He goes hard on the power uphill now. Got a couple riders in front, but they're a bit far in front. This is Suzuki. Unfortunately, so I won't be getting any slipstream when he toe off them. He does a 32.7. I remember that is quicker. And then qualifying 1 up to that point. Look at that, just hooks up that penultimate corner beautifully. And nice and smooth on the power as Rins does a 51.7, 52.1. As Marcus ahead of Dovi and Vinales, 3 different manufacturers on the front row, with Rins leading the second row. Great job from the Suzuki ahead of Crutchlow and Rossi. Then Mayer leads the third row despite being almost a second quicker in that qualifying session, as he's ahead of Zarco and Lorenzo. Then on the fourth row, Ian Onimena and Danny Pedrosa. So for Mayo, it's all about grabbing that top 5 finish and giving that championship lead ahead of Marcus. So here's Mayo run up from the third row. Rain for these lights. 2 go. Out as from 7th. We've got 7 laps. And Mayo with an abysmal start. Let's look at a prem out of, so that's Petrucci on the outside. Trying to get by as all. Rossi goes wide. Actually helping Mayo get back up into 7th. So in the end, he's back where he started. Could go even better for him. As he nicks down the inside of Vinales, of Marcus as well. As Dovi leads ahead of Crutchlow. Mayo right up there in the top 5 where he wants to be. Get down the inside of Marcus and Lorenzo. He's all over Lorenzo. Down the inside into the left of the Honda. He's got it. Oh, Crutchow's battling with Dobby for the race lead. And he's got it. LCR leads and then goes wide. Good job, Crutchow. Good job. But for Mayo, superb opening up in the end. Dreadful getaway. He's in the top 3 now, and more important, he's ahead of Marcus. He's got about the Yamahas for 5th. Between Vinales and Zarco. It's all Mayo getting swamped by everyone, but he forces his way through just ahead of Zarco. But then here come the Yamahas back by, and oh, here comes Lorenzo pushing Mayo wide. As he gets into Rossi now. From being 3rd, he's back down to 8th. But Dovi and Crutchlow get away. Hits down the inside of Rossi. Doesn't quite make it stick. It's Lorenzo battling with Zarco and Marquez. Look at them battle hard in front. No, battling hard to catch back up now. So going 3 wide again. No, over the back of Rossi. Beeping his horn at his former mentor. Can't quite make it stick for the right though. That Yamaha is very wide. Especially when you've got someone like Rossi riding it. Knows all the tricks of the trade. Oh, snuck by through the left. Up into 7th. Now could he possibly follow Zarco by Marquez? So Lorenzo wide. Mayo into Zarco. Oh, around the outside of the end zone, he's alongside Marquez, the championship top two. Side by side, and oh! Who's that down? Is that Marquez? Marquez is down. What happened to the Honda? Got side by side with Mario. And I'm not sure, did he get hit? By the Renzo, possibly? Did he take too much curb? Big development in the championship, though. Let's carry her up to 23rd ahead of Luti. No, with a 51 for half a second slower than Dovi, who leads ahead of Crutchlow still. But Vinales is caught back up. As Mario using his normal race setup, not the one he used in qualifying. Very much is a Bruno special, that qualifying setup. It's definitely his race setup though, his normal setup that just seems to work. His longer races. They're not working that well here, down in 7th. Marcus on the combat track up to 21st ahead of Xavier Simon. This is Mario time now. He's the middle part of the race. We've got Petrucci and Pedrosa battling hard over 8th behind. Got a hard battle over 5th as well. Over 4, should we say. Between Lorenzo, Rossi and Zarco. Mario trying to catch back up, but again, just screaming that rear wheel. And the power. As Marcus Shorty got taken out. Just by who? We've got to figure out. It's all Mario wide for the left. It's a corner that's so inviting, almost using it under the power. He's slipping in the clutch of the double P's behind. Petrucci and Pedrosa. Still catching back up, and oh, he's all over the curb. That's by doing another 51. He's a second back of the battle in front. So the middle part of the race, actually. Not playing into Mario's hands. Maybe he just had to set up for the early part. He's struggling to hold on. Where's he going for the left? Very wide. He just about holds on ahead of Petrucci. But he's lost a few tenths again to the battling trio in front. And where's he going again? Front of the bike's lost grip. He's understeering everywhere as Mario. Another double P off through. Oh, are they? Mario's got the run into the left, very hard with Petrucci though. But he's got the run, has he? Into the downhill right-hander. Then Petrucci got it on the cut back, and Mario trying to cut it back, but Pedrosa just stuffs his nose in for no reason. It's Mario and Petrucci side by side. It's going to the second half of the race. Lost almost a second this lap to the trio in front. As Lorenzo, Zarco and Rossi battle hard for 4th. But I don't think Mario and Petrucci care. So Mario slips into the 52s. Can't be doing that. Need to get back into the 51s, does the Aprilia. As Marquez back into the points as well. It's Mario ahead of Petrucci then. Onto the back straight. But then round the outside, it isn't even there from the Premac. What is that wonder grip he's got? Can't believe that. Mario McDonald down after battling with his former teammate. Just as you know he's getting points on Marcus. Now he's losing them again. He's even out of the points there behind Serin. Need to clear this Tech 3 quickly. He looks down the inside. He's just got no grip in this bike now. Like he's riding a tugboat. But it's big enough that it forces its way by the Tech 3 into the points for Mario. As whoa, Serin! That's like Mario isn't even there. I'm not liking that. He's got 1.5 second gap to close. The Pole Spargo in front. As he got Vinales lead ahead of Crutcho, Dovi, Zarco, Rossi. You can see Marcus all over someone else now. As on this penultimate lap of this race. And Mario just scoring the point while the home error in last behind Luzzi or not. Does not want a wooden spoon here. It's Mario battling hard to Kane. A single point. Hit a Spargo. He'll probably be kicking himself, battling so hard with his former teammate. But when he's battling Petrucci, it's personal, and it shows. He's going to this middle sector. It was so good until that left-hander. Yeah, he's gaining on Espargaro. A lap and a half to go. Pulled away from Serin. Let's see if there's a Priya can fly in the last couple of laps like it normally does this season. Was flying into the gravel there. Felt like the front end was going. And again through the left, just can't get a bite towards the apex. We go up Horsepower Hill. Second header Serin, 8 tenths behind Espargaro. As we go into the penultimate corner and onto the final lap, goes Vinales in the lead ahead of Crutchlow. With Dovi in third, then Zarco, Rossi, Lorenzo, Petrucci, Pedrosa. That's where Mario should be. Let's see if he can grab a final point here. Another point. Head of Spargo, Zarco, ahead of Rossi for fourth. Luton Abraham battling like it is for the race win over 24th. Mario Kane in loads on the Spargo in that first sector. Yeah, no, like Spargo made a mistake. As the Suzuki's battle over ninth. Now a bit wide. Bit wide for the left. I managed to get on the power nice and smooth. As always, he's setting up a move here on the Spargo. Just 4 tenths behind the Spaniard. Scoring some more points for KTM, rare points this season. But Mario down the inside, very rough move. But it sticks. He's got Baptista 2 seconds up the road. As well as Spargo into Mario. Maybe there's not points for KTM then. As Mario crosses the line in 14th. A battling race again, but this time on the wrong end of it with Petrucci, but on the right end of it with Espargaro. What a crazy move from the Spaniard. As Vinales wins ahead of Crutchlow with Dovi in third. Rossi, Zarco rounds out the top 5. Another top 5 with the Tech 3 rider. Superb job ahead of Lorenzo, Petrucci and Pedrosa. Iannone and Rins. Miller, Marquez down in 12th. Ahead of Bautista, Mario in 14th. So he does lose a couple of points to Marquez, but he loses a chunk more to Dovi and Vinales, more importantly. You've got Serin grabbing the final point after the madness from Paul Espargaro, who ends up in 20th once again on the final lap for the second race in a row. Spaniard making a crazy move as Abraham does get the winning spin. There's a dead heat with Luti across the line. So in the championship, Vinales leads by a single point ahead of Mario, with Marquez 9 points back. Dovi 21 points back. Rossi 28 points back. It's a 5-rate tussle for the MotoGP title, with Zarco in 6th. Crutchlow the big winner with a superb podium up to 7th ahead of Miller, Lorenzo and Rins, who drops a couple of places, and Petrucci also drops a couple of places. As you can see, 18 riders score points this season. As in the constructors, Yamaha lead by 23 points ahead of Honda, and now up to second ahead of Aprilia by 11 points. You've got Ducati, Suzuki and KTM. When the team's championship, it's Yamaha by 84 points now ahead of Ducati and Honda. Got 11 points further back behind the Italian constructors. Then we've got Aprilia in 4th, 14 points ahead of Pramac. In Suzuki, Tech 3, LCR. Gaining on Tech 3 now, just 5 points back. And Gannetto and KTM and Avintia. So for Mario, he achieved what he needed to in the race. He finished ahead of his teammates, at least for the team. But what a dreadful result. As big victory for Vinales, who sweeps away all his components in Brno. Well, the Moto2 riders didn't hold back as Alex Marquez beat Bagnaia and Baldassari. Well, in Moto3 it's Martin, Bezzecchi and Baschini. So for Mario, what does he do in bike development? He struggled like a hell getting onto the power. Sure, it's going to be aerodynamics then. And help with the downforce? Or will it? Could it be the frame, brakes, or do we finally upgrade the engine? Increase that acceleration, increase that top speed. Top speed isn't too bad though. I think you can get away without upgrading engine all season long. It's about everything else. Maybe the brakes, they were absolutely terrible around Brno. There we go. So they're halfway developed. And next time out after a season though, Mario will be looking about back around the Red Bull Ring in Austria. Can he take back the championship lead ahead of Vinales? Thanks for watching and find out next time.